So I already have a couple of videos on internal rotation scattered around the place, but I thought I'd show you just a very quick and dirty way for improving your internal rotation. We're going to look at just using an overcoming isometric to potentiate the repetition. And then we're going to look at using the new fired up thing. So we're looking at the active side of internal rotation. If you're worried about the passive side, my other video covers that. But this one is very potent for basically whenever we have an active passive deficit. This is the method we will always choose. So Isaac is going to get a weight. You want a weight plate, a block, something heavy that is going to pin you to the ground. You want to be, we're demoing it straight on the ground, but depending on your active internal rotation, you might want to raise the leg up a bit so it's close to the end range, but not at your end range, if that makes sense. We're going to pin it in place. We want it heavy, so you cannot move it. You're going to go forward. Isaac has his hands either on the floor or on the leg. If it's really uncomfortable, you can't hold that, a block, something just to stabilize yourself is good. He's going to arch forward, and then from here only, he's going to try and internally rotate. You will cramp up mad up here. You're going to do that for 10 seconds. You're going to relax for 3 to 4 seconds. You're going to go again, turn just the femur rotating in the socket. You want to, in these contractions, slowly build up the tension over that 10 seconds. So you'll find after about 3 seconds, it just gets, you think you've reached the max, but there's like a new level to be found in there. Find that level every time. And every time you do it, it should get a bit more solid, a bit harder of a contraction. Once you have done your ramp up, your activation and ramp up contractions, you're gonna take this off, just move it out of the way, try not to crush yourself, and then you're gonna perform passive internal rotation lifts, or not passive, active lifts, going up, hold, 2, 3. There's a point I wanna talk about at the top, the concentric quasi-isometric, where we reach the top, we don't just hold there, our intent, the intent is what changes the body. That is what you want to go. It's like, I'm at the top, but I'm trying to go beyond what I can do. So you'll find, like, if you get it right, it's quasi-isometric pause, because you'll start actually going a bit deeper as you recruit more muscles into it and as it cramps harder. This is a nasty way to do it. So you will do 3 to 5 repetitions of the overcoming isometric close to your end range. Afterwards, you will do 6 to 8 repetitions, lifting up and down with a 3 to 5 second pause at the top, trying to go beyond what you can do. It is also advantageous once you get used to this of adding some light weights, some ankle weights, 4 or 5 kilos, that kind of thing, onto the leg, or to strap it on with a floss band or something like that, and build up some strength in the range. The other thing you can do is overcoming isometric, then reduce the weight down to a point where you can perform a reduced range of motion but still high lift. Then take that weight off and then do it unweighted to try go higher in everything. So we would call that fractionating the rep range and just training the sort of strength curve as and when and giving it the stimulation it needs. This is particularly nasty, but you'll see massive improvements in internal rotation very, very quickly with this. 6 weeks and you'll be a new person, and then you won't have to complain again. The other thing what I really like with this motion is if you're training side split isometrics and stuff like this, you will do 1 set of side split isometrics, take a rest, 1 set of this as a superset, and it can be a really nice game changer for a lot of people. So give that a go as well. As usual, you know where to find me. Please share your results. Enjoy.